Howdy folks, how are you doing? So I want to show you 3 new ones that I did, and it was funny. Somebody, one of the older viewers, I recognize the name, he said that he's gonna compare everyone from now on to the copper inlay one. And it actually is the kind of same way that I always think, every time you do something really nice, every time I do something nice, you always think, oh, okay, how am I gonna one-up that? Or, to me actually often is very common. Also think about Jeff, like how am I gonna catch up with Jeff? What do I have to do to also make such a nice pieces? Knowing that there are certain things that I just cannot do the way he can. I cannot carve like he can, but I can do other things. So it's always like that kind of think about what to do to one up, one up somebody or one up myself. It's just kind of nice, just fun, kind of motivation of how to move forward in this. Beside perfecting the simple basic things in knife making, how they work. So after the copper, it was set pretty high, and my response to it was this actually, which I'm very happy about. So you have the same type of compound ground with this one still with the kind of abrupt change there, which is still nice and clean. This one is two-tone, stone wash, bevels and everything, and satin flat. Orange peel handle, just nice clean shaping, really like this shaping. Same bag, and there you have a giveaway already of a one cool thing. Pocket clip. Pocket clip has milled in line. Oh, by the way, I did find out why the camera didn't want to focus, because I had the macro feature turned off, so it would never focus really when I'm trying to show you something up close. So this one, the pocket clip has ceramic balls. It's nice and flat, and it has it's actually set inside of a milled out channel. And then you have the really cool back spacer, machined one, with the Detend balls set in the channel in the middle. Perfect spacing, perfect sizing, like the depth and everything. It was just kind of like funny project. Came out of nowhere, the idea, but I was really happy about it. And again, it's it's like it feels like it's aggressive, but the peaks are so tiny, and they're orange peeled, so they're not actually sharp. And like I mentioned before, when it's in your hand, you can barely feel that there is even something protruding there, because it just your hand kind of contours around it. But it does give you that little extra grip, and certainly gives you really cool looks. The transformation on the end actually goes to kind of like the peak, so you have the gear or the the jimping, and it contours to, you can see there, to this. It's flat here. It's not like sharp. Actually, it doesn't come to the edge. It's actually flattened on the very edge of it. I think you can see it there. Really happy with this one. The action on this is just insane. Super smooth. Closes pretty much on its own. Perfect action. The Detend is just right, that it has really nice flipping action, but also very easy to open with the hole from the top, from the bottom, whichever way. So pretty happy about that. Next one was the front flipper. Wanted to do kind of like similar style handle, just a kind of clean conceal carry, like I called it, I think machinist conceal carry. So we have a nice huge bevels on the handle to create contouring. Pocket clip kind of matching to it, with that thing where the pocket clip actually has a bevels from the bottom too. So you have the handle goes there, pocket clip goes there, and there, kind of work together nice. This one, it's kind of nice. It's a super weak Detend, so it's super easy to pop open, but still reasonable. You can flick it open with the wrist flick, which is nice. Because of the weak Detend, this one actually has kind of funny thing. It wasn't planned like this, because it's so far, the flipper up front, but if you really, if you learn how to grab the knife without pressing on the lock bar, you can actually reach around the top to the flipper and deploy it that way as well. So kind of cool. Perfectly centered. kind of nice and clean one. And this one has that. I also tried a compound ground. This was the first one where I tried the relief edge, so it actually doesn't have that abrupt, kind of like almost 90-degree transition between the bevels, but it has that. You can see there, that smooth kind of like radius. And the last one I did today is this one, kind of mix between fancier, you know, like that, and the plain. Also like this shaping a lot too. It's pretty much the same like this, but without this curve here. I just knocked off the corner here, so it's, you know, very comfortable. You have the basic bevel on the handle, but all the corners are also actually chamfered nice, and you can see that there's the tiny little micro chamfer there. So even though you have a chamfer, the big chamfer, I still chamfer the actual corner that it created. Backspacer, flash one, and it has perfectly spaced. This is done by mill, like small little holes, as an 8-inch holes. Titanium screws on this one. Actually, also on this one I did put on this, so I did put the titanium screws. So this one is the high voltage blue, then heavy stone wash, and the dark blue, the low voltage blue. So it creates this really cool, like a two-tone blue color, which I really like. It has this decorative pivot. I want to try it. Might be pain in the ass because of the, you know, you need kind of put two screws together across them to have to adjust it, or you can actually adjust it even if you put something small, you know, like you grab a small pin. You can do a really tiny adjustment even by that. But I wanted to see it, how it look. Pretty cool. They actually do sell the special, like a, you know, spanner key for that, but I wanted to see how it looks. It's big oversized, you know, compare it to the 3/16 alpha pivot with just 5/16 head. This is actually bigger than 3/8, so it's really big screw. Just wanted to see how it is. Pretty cool pocket clip with the, you know, completely true hole that I milled in. It's an 8-inch little slot. Kind of goes nice with the opening hole, you know, just like a hole pattern in the pocket clip and that. And the same thing again, it has the pocket clip that is chamfered from the bottom, and then on the top. Focus. You can see that there. And the pocket clip and the backspacer were toxic green, then the heavy stone wash and dark blue. So you can still see the leftovers of toxic green on the pocket clip, but also the dark blue, which I think is pretty nice. The backspacer was just that little bit of nice pop in it, in that color. And this one also has the compound grind, very clean satin. Pretty nice and uniform. There are very minor little things on this one that I would, and most people probably wouldn't even notice actually. I know it because I studied as I was doing it, but it's pretty nice for you know, somebody who just tried couple at this point. Look how clean it is. I really like it. And this one has also that smooth transition, that radius there, which is pretty nice. The actual edge is pretty much the same one edge. You know, there is, you can kind of see where the transition actually comes to play. There is a tiny little line there, but the line is actually negligible on the first, I don't know, like quarter of an inch almost from the edge, because it's such a tiny little line. It's mostly visual. So actually very functional grind. I really like that satin, it's just so clean. So hope you guys like it. Not sure about when and how I'm gonna post this. This one is actually going to a friend, and this, I don't know yet, we'll see. If the time comes, you will see them pop on the Gear Bastion. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed them. Take care, stay safe, and remember, don't cut yourself.